Hello and welcome, everybody. We start in a few seconds. Just be with me. Hopefully, everybody is having a great Sunday. All right. Hello and welcome. And we are here to talk about relationships. I am Dr. Saurabh Bidani. And before we start, we are going to bring all of our awareness into the here and now. So please join me and just follow exactly as I say and I do. Please join your hands. And I'm going to honor the body, mind, and soul. Repeat these lines after me. My soul is strong. My relationships are loving. My body is healthy. My home is my heaven. I am calm in every situation. I am happy all the time. My Paramatma is with me always. 3 chants of Om. As we begin, let us put in some small rules. Everybody who's on Zoom, please share your questions in the chat. Everybody who's on YouTube, please do the same. If anybody on Zoom wishes to come online and share, please do so, sharing it on the chat, and I shall let you on. We are here to take ourselves away from victimhood to self-confidence, empowered beings. Okay, so let us begin. What is a relationship? A relationship is something that happens between 2 people, 3 people, 5 people. Eventually, it is me with the rest of the universe. It could be with a plant, could be with an animal, could be with a rock, could be with a pet, could be with a human being, could be with a situation. It just goes on and on. I divide relationships into 3 categories. 1, my relationship with myself, very important. Second, my relationship with my near and dear ones, my family members, my closest friends, my coat, which I love, my car, which I love. So the close relationships. And finally, the relationship with everybody else, which is an office building, a house building, neighbors, colleagues, friends, acquaintances, social networks. All of that goes in the third side. And each of these 3 relationships needs to be strong for me to be a strong force in this world. Before we continue, I would love to ask you, what is that one relationship that you are bothered by? And by the way, I'm going to shift my gaze so that I can see the chats as we go along. All right? So what is that one relationship that you're bothered by? Please share. All right, we have good morning from Premji, from iPhone. Sushma says Atma Namaste. Rakeshji says can't hear. I hope you can all hear now. Ritaji says my mother-in-law. Thank you so much for sharing. Sandeep Garg says Zoom is coming locked. Yes, Sandeep, there is a limit of number of people who are allowed to join in Zoom. Rakesh Chawla says his challenges are with close friends. Great. Sushma says her relationship with close family. Premji says her relationship with her son. Angel Art says good morning. And Angel Embrace says relationship with spouse. Rakeshji says relationship with mother. And then I have, now I'm bothered by my own self. I had fire inside me that was always taking care of others. Now I have to turn to myself. Okay, awesome. Thank you so much, all of you, for sharing. So as we can see, we have issues across the board, relationships with everybody, including friends, family members, and self. Why is it that we have so many issues? AR says relationship with daughter. Why is it that we have so many issues? What creates these challenges? Now, you must have heard this 100 times. It's about my expectations of other people. But I didn't set the expectations, right? They just came. I inherited them. I got them from wherever it was given to me. As a child, I needed to be fed. So I cried. I didn't say who has to feed me, but my mom came, right? And I built a very strong, deep relationship with my mother because she fed me. She took care of the basic need of my survival. At the same time, the second problem that comes is about me. And first was my expectations. The second is about me. And by the way, I am not blaming any of you guys for this. We are going to go through this over a few weeks and we will unravel all these little mysteries as we go along. Sushma says different views is a challenge. Absolutely. And that's what I'm coming to. The problem is that we're looking at it as a different view. How about, for a second, if you were your daughter, son, mother-in-law, father-in-law, spouse, would you react the same way as your child is doing, or your spouse is doing, or your in-law is doing? Or would you react differently? How would you react? Just think about this for a second. How would you react? And of course, we're going to go into the major topic of this week, which is spouse relationships, not spouse, in-law relationships. We will discuss that. But before that, just go a little generally, let's put the states together. And by the way, if you are liking what I'm saying, if you think there is some sort of sense that's making, please do on YouTube, please do follow the channel and share the video and let people know, because sharing is caring. Why? Because if you share a video without putting in and saying this may help you, you say, hey, I saw this, it's interesting. And other person sees it and it benefits them. It helps with your karma. Okay. All right. So as you're thinking, is that other person different from you? Yes, of course. They are that person, I'm this person, right? This self-love, this oneness is all nonsense, because end of the day, it doesn't work. I am me and I have to take care of myself. Just because I say I am one with everybody, the everybody will not come and take care of me. Right? This is where we create the walls and the divides. How do we resolve it? I will come to that in a few or the coming weeks. But today, we are going to go into the in-law relationship. So, and by the way, this stuff that I share about in-laws is also very useful when it comes to other relationships. So it's not just with in-laws. It is that you are, when you're talking to in-laws, you're talking from me, my perspective. A larger number of us have had decent to good relationships with our parents. Some of us have not, and I acknowledge that. But a large one of us has had good relationships with our parents. And guess what? No matter what, you may be right or you may be wrong. In front of your, in front of the world, your parents will always support you. Maybe behind you, they may reprimand you, get angry with you, tell you what's right. But in front of the world, they're going to support you. This is the agreed upon rule of family. Family supports. When you get married and you have a spouse, that rule does not extend to you just because you're married. The family that is formed over birth and blood will not just pull you in their inner circle just because you're married now. We watch movies which show beautiful relationships. The relationship between in-laws can be cordial, but it takes a lot for it to become loving. And remember, be it your in-laws or be it your spouse, they will always support each other in front of you if you judge them in front of the other. In fact, it's a very clearly defined thought that you never ever talk about the other's parents in a relationship in a bad or demeaning manner, because that just ends a relationship. I think iPhone is saying where are laws with in-laws in this changing generation when two kids have laws. So why do we call in-laws? Okay, I think it's funny, but I didn't get the joke, so I'm going to try and read it again. But I want you to think about this. Okay? Why do you expect to become an insider of a family right away? Guess what? And it's true for your family too. Your spouse is not an insider for almost all their life. Forget the first few years. So, both ways, where are you and why are you expecting your in laws to pull you in? Oh, they should share what's happening in their family. No, they don't need to. What is your expectation? The first expectation the relationship should have of you. No, I'm going to switch it. When a child is born, do you say, okay, the child must now greet me and take care of me? No, you give nurturing and caring to the child. And you grow the child into a beautiful man or a beautiful woman. In a relationship, the mistake we make is that we assume the relationship is an adult already because it has two adults merging with it. It does not. In nature was born, or the sun was born. I think 16 billion years ago or something was when the Big Bang Theory happened. A few years later, the sun got created. Guess when the earth got created? 16 billion was the Big Bang Theory, 14 billion was the sun, and 4 billion years ago was the earth. It took a relationship of the sun and the earth 8 billion years for them to form a solid relationship, which we see as now. And it took another few billion years for us to be born. Nurturing a relationship is extremely important. You have to provide to the relationship. You have to give your all to the relationship. Then only it will give it back to you. Asking of a relationship to work from day one is like opening a bank account, not putting any money in and saying, okay, I want to take something out. And this is the mistake all of us make. Why do we make this mistake is now where I'm coming. So Rita ji says, because when I got married, my mother told me now this, that now this was my family and my mother-in-law was my mother. I absolutely agree, Rita ji. That's the big problem that we gets created. It's there to create ease. Now, when you are, why do parents say that, or why did parents say that? Because they want you to shift your focus and nurture it, not expect from it. What parents don't say completely is that you have to nurture the relationship for this to be a mother-daughter relationship. Now, why are we in this space? Why do we need a relationship to be like this? It's because of a very simple thing. We are not confident in ourselves. We don't trust ourselves to do everything for ourselves. We believe we need to be dependent. And that comes from the first rule, first chakra, first meditation of Theta Healing chakra, which is basically to be in a survival mode. We are always looking to survive, which means तिनके को डूबते को तिनके का सहारा ही बहुत. तो एक सहारा चाहिए, हम सहारा ढूंढते रहते हैं, यहां से वहां, वहां से वहां, वहां से वहां. हमें किसी सहारे की जरूरत नहीं है. And that's what we will work on today. We don't need support. We need to be strong and we need to be giving. How can we be giving in that relationship? We are going to do a meditation, which you are going to follow for 21 days and start observing how your actions change towards the people, your in-laws in your house. And this is for both men and women. Please don't force anybody else to do it. Share with them if it works for you, saying it's worked for me. Because they will also ask you, right? Hey, how come you change so much? Oh, you want to know? Here you go. Follow this. So very, very simple way of doing things, of strengthening your inner self so that your outer self will shift. Why is it important for us to shift? Because that's the only thing we control. And when we shift, everybody else around us shifts as well. All right, let me see if there are any questions before we go into the meditation. Is everybody ready to go into the meditation? Please say yes or please say I. Put in the chat box. Thank you so much. I see a lot of yeses and lots of I's. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. When you are part of this, you actually help me gain more energy. So I always look towards you for plenty of energy. Okay, so let us begin. Please close your eyes and focus on your breathing. From head to toe, from top to bottom, allow yourself to relax completely and totally. Just relax. Just relax. Just relax. Relax your face. Relax your neck. Relax your shoulders. Relax your spine. Relax your feet. Relax your legs. Just relax. We are made of 7 stages of evolution. We are currently in the fourth stage. Our first stage is of strength, sustenance, and growth. Before you became human beings, you were animals. Before we became animals, we were plants. Before we became plants, we were rocks. I would like you to now imagine a rock, a stone, an emerald. Could be a diamond, could be ruby, doesn't matter. Showing up in front of you. It could be of any color, does not matter. Just let it show up in front of you. Allow it to now start expanding with every breath you take. It will grow bigger and bigger with every breath you take. It will grow bigger and bigger with every breath you take in and you take out. It's going to become bigger than you. As it does, step into it. Yes, you can, because you are the only one who can. This is your identity, your astitva from many, many years ago. As you step into it, you will feel a familiar warmth, a familiar love, because this is you. Imagine yourself sitting in a yogi pose with your eyes closed and hands up in receiving as this stone, rock, jewel blesses you with the energy of stability, growth, and sustenance. This rock now will remain with you forever within the karmic laws of this lifetime and will assure you every time you feel underconfident or doubt. Sitting within the rock, whenever you feel doubt, bring yourself into this space again and allow your ancestor, your rock, to give you the power or the energy to grow. Stay here for a minute. I shall let you know when to open your eyes. Wonderful. Take 5 deep breaths and open your eyes. I am Dr. Saurabh Bidani. We will continue this journey in the next few weeks as we go through all the 7 stages of making our relationships strong. I shall talk to you all next week. If you liked it, please subscribe to the YouTube channel and share the video. God bless.